So, trading can be very, very addictive. Okay, as a beginner trader, have you ever seen yourself just staring at the chart for hours and hours, even day? Like you probably are staring into your chart for almost a whole day and you just can't get anything done. And the worst part is you just can't leave the chart because you just want to know if you can get some big move out of what the wiggly candles are doing in the charts. That's what the addiction of trading can cause. Like trading can be very, very addictive, and as a beginner, if you don't have a balance, you probably be doing nothing else other than just staring at your chart and taking losses. Like if you think playing video games is addictive, then you need to try trading out, because trading is so very addictive that for a beginner trader it can to some extent like ruin your life. I don't want to say but to some extent it will make you become less productive in your other aspect of life. And I don't want to say more productive in trading, because even after the whole hours of staring at the charts, sometimes we still end up taking the wrong direction of the market. So today I'm going to be talking about the addiction of trading and how we can limit it, or at least for me, how I plan on limiting it, because I think no matter how you try, you just can't you just can't stop the addiction of trading. As a trader, you must be addicted to some extent to trading, because if not, it means you don't love what you are doing. So quickly before I move on, I would also like to apologize for this my rumpled and cranked voice. It's just me having cat and cough and a little bit of headache, but you guys need to make video anyway, so you just have to bear with me on this. So the other day I was just scrolling through Google to read random news like I usually do. Like that, just I don't want to call it a bad routine that I took but anyway, I was just scrolling through Google and I came across an article that says 10 signs you are addicted to trading. And to be honest, before now, the addiction of trading never really occurred to me. Like, should I say intrinsically? I don't even know if that's a word. But anyway, though I know that, yeah, whenever I'm coming back from work or whenever I'm doing other things apart from trading, my mind always wants to go back to, let's just go to the charts. There might be a move in the chart right now. That has occurred to me, but I never took it as an addiction until I came across that article and I read it. And to be honest, guys, trading can be so addictive. You know, when people go to casino center and go and gamble, that's more or less the same effect we traders have when we are going to the charts. Like, it has to do with the brain. Your brain just keep tricking you that there might be a move in the market and maybe you are missing out, so you need to go to the chart and see if there's a move. And what happens then, once you go into the chart, even when you don't want to take a position that day, you end up taking a position just because you feel like, maybe this is a move, why not just take a position on it? And for we beginners, because I think for pro traders, if that's a word that even exists, because I don't just know if one can be an expert in trading to control all your whole emotions and your addiction, should I say. But as a beginner and as a one-man band, and what I mean by that is I make videos and I did them myself. I trade and I also do house chores as well. Like I cook myself and all that stuff. Trading sometimes can be, instead of working in your favor, instead of helping you out, or instead of being other means whereby you make a source of income, can be something that will lead you to destruction, should I say. Because if you're a beginner, obviously you are not really yet a profitable trader. If you're even a break-even trader, at least that's a good position to be, because I believe the two most repetitive position that beginner trader tend to find themselves is so that you're a losing trader or you're a break-even trader. Profitability for beginners come, I think, after 1 year or 2 into trading, and that may change based on individual person. Everybody is different, so I don't want to like generalize everybody. But what I'm trying to say is, as a one-man band or a solo man who is doing all those stuff, sometimes trading just is so addictive. I find myself staring at the chart. I find myself not being able to do other things. Like sometimes I will make videos and I just can't edit it because I'm looking at the chart and staring at the chart to see if I can catch a move. And we end up editing those videos maybe either Saturday or Sundays. And apart from those days, Monday to Friday, even when I tell myself I don't want to trade, I still keep finding myself in front of the charts. And by looking at the charts, it just makes you want to like take a trade. And the worst part is for me, sometimes when I'm driving bicycle home from work, when I'm coming back from work, I'll be driving with one hand and with the other hand, I'll be looking at my phone, looking at the chart to see if maybe there's a move. Can I take this move before I get home? And even when I get home, before I even get something on my stomach to eat, imagine me doing 8 hours at work and I just came back. Before I could go to the kitchen and go and eat, I find myself going to the chart first, staring at the chart to see if there's a move. And if there's a move, I will just sit there and just start trading until it's day dark. I don't eat, starving myself. I don't do any other thing other than just sitting in front of the chart. So trading is so very, very addictive. It's very, very addictive that if you don't find a balance, it can like lead to your doom and destruction. And I'm saying this not to put fear in a beginner or whoever who is aspiring to like start trading. No, I believe everything in life has both the good side and the bad side. It's just like gambling. I believe there are most people that earn a living gambling. Like they go into the casino, they gamble, and every time they do it, they make money from it. So everything that is good is also bad. It depends on how you take it, your balance with it. If you're not balanced, obviously you fall, even with your 2 legs. The legs are good for walking, but if you're not balanced while walking, you fall down. So that's also the same thing with trading. And this is a very crucial part for beginner, because even if you are a lazy trader as a beginner or you're a break-even trader, if you don't have that balance, you can be so addicted to trading that you end up losing and losing and losing, and it keeps messing with your brain. And what you end up doing is you end up becoming broke instead of becoming rich. That's why you see broke traders. Sometimes broke traders is not because they are not profitable. It's because they are so addicted to trading that you start trading with any money you have. You go to the extent of either borrowing money, and just with this prop firm thing now of a thing where you take prop firm challenge and all that, it will make the thing worsen, in the sense that anybody can just go and borrow money and get a funded challenge account, just like I usually do sometimes, and end up blowing them. And you blow it and you reset the account again. You just keep doing it and doing it. So for me not to talk too much and to not make this video to be too long, I think there are 3 possible solutions you can apply to limit the addiction of trading. Not to eliminate it totally, because I believe as a trader as well, to some extent, you also have to love what you are doing, which is trading, and to some extent be addicted to it. A little bit of addiction is also necessary for we traders to like keep pushing, even when we take loss, even when we don't feel like trading again, we feel like we don't know what we are doing. So the 3 solutions I think personally for me are: 1, you should be a disciplined trader. And to be honest, that's something that I lack. I'm still trying to be a disciplined trader, because sometimes I still overtrade, and I guess I pretty much do the like stuff I know I shouldn't be doing, but I just keep doing it because I'm not disciplined enough. So I believe discipline is one important aspect, especially for beginner traders who are starting off. You should be disciplined. In fact, discipline should be your number one core should I say rules you've written on your book, and you should always stick to. Always. When I say always, I mean always stick to it. And the second solution I think can limit the addiction of trading is just timing the market. And what I mean by timing the market is you should have a time to trade, and you should also be disciplined enough not to look at the chart, even when you know the market is trending, when it's not the particular time you trade. So let me take for example, I've kind of watched through ICT concepts. When I started trading, I more or less grabbed most of his concepts that I use in my trading as well. So one of the concepts I love about his concept is time and key zones. So that is what I took from him, and that's what I always use on my chart. So to clarify you guys, I will read it off my phone. The ICT key zones based on New York local time est in forex is me. I don't use midnight, which start from 00 in New York time zone. I use the London Open, which is from 2 to 5 in the New York time. But when I convert that to my time here where I live in Italy, because we use +2, it starts from 8 to 11 o'clock. So I will take you guys to the charts. I'm taking you guys through gold chart. And as you can see from my chart, that this line here, is from 8 o'clock. That's exactly 2 o'clock in New York local time. So that's where more or less I look into taking trades if I should follow time and trading based on ICT concept. So you start 8 o'clock, and you can see the market in Asian key zone range. It didn't even trade that much. But as soon as we started in London Open, London key zone, you see the market was shooting down, it shoot down, and it shoot up again until the session closed. The key zone closed around 11. Sometimes the market also trend apart from my key zones. It just keep trending. And that's why I say you should be very, very disciplined now, because if you're not disciplined, you find yourself keep staring at the chart for like all day, trying to get a move, which most of the case you end up taking the wrong side of the trade. So that's the London key zone. And also I trade the New York Open key zone as well, which is from 1 o'clock to I think 16 o'clock, to 4 o'clock where I am here. And later the London close, and later we have the London close, which is from 4 o'clock where I am to 6 o'clock. You see, in those three key zones, the market usually trends. It trends, and the good part is the New York Open is when there's usually news. So more or less, if you are trading in those key zones, you will find yourself staring less in the chart compared to not using time to trade, and you enter into the market anytime and come out, and you spend all the whole day in front of your chart looking at what the chart is trying to do. And if I show you guys more here, this is the Asian key zone, and that starts from usually it should be from 8 o'clock to midnight, and where I am, that starts from 2 o'clock in the night to I think 6 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning where I am. So practically, as you can see, the next day the London Open key zone, it starts, you see the way it trended to 11 o'clock, boom, it came and retraced again. You see, it retraced and go back again. Then you see from the New York Open, it trended it again with big news, I guess. It went up and came down again, boom. And here again, as you can see, the London close, it just keep trending. So as a beginner trader, I recommend you trade with time. Always trade with time, because if not, you fall into the addiction of looking at the chart always. And even if I should continue, look, the London Open here, it's retraced a bit, take out highs, and you see it was trending. It trended. If you look at the New York Open, you see with news it went up and came down again. With the London close, it trended again and went up. So as you can see, timing is very, very important in the market. It's not necessary that as a beginner we just sit in front of the chart looking at when there will be move in the market. You can just trade the market based on specific time you trade, or key zones based on ICT concepts or whatever concept you want to use. I use the ICT, and with that you can save yourself many time, which helps a long way to you doing all that stuff other than just trading and staring at the chart all day. And lastly, the third thing I would recommend is, instead of just sitting in front of the chart, sitting in your chair, which sometimes you end up having back pain or waist pain, I don't know if it happens to most of you, but sometimes I find myself sitting in front of the chart for hours that I just start having back pains. Instead of doing that, I think it will be more better you get yourself like a tablet or a bigger phone if you've become profitable. That's why I made this the last solution, because I believe it's less important than the first two that I mentioned. But if you're a profitable trader and you've more or less gotten money out of the market, to save yourself that time of staring in front of the chart, because I believe most of the time we trader will stay in front of the chart just because we're analyzing, we're looking at TradingView to analyze what the market is doing before we take trades, just like doing technical analysis. So instead of standing in front of your computer or the chart or your TV, whatever, your monitor, whatever we want to call it, or they sitting in the chair, you can as well get yourself a tablet, or should I say a fold phone. These days we have those foldable phones like the Samsung Fold 5 or 6 that's about to come out. You can get yourself one of those, and if you're that kind of person, you'll be like, maybe you're not available in your key zone time or the time you trade, you just got stuff to do. You can still, with those foldables, you can still analyze the charts from them, because at least they have bigger screens compared to this normal small phone screen that you just can't really do analysis from. So you get yourself either a tablet or a foldable that you can take with you anywhere, and you can get other things done at work instead of just sitting still in front of your chart trying to see if the market will make a move or not. So these are the 3 solutions I would recommend for a beginner who is starting off, or who is maybe already become profitable, but they just find themselves too addicted to the chart and staring at the chart too often. So these are the solutions I plan on implementing to me, because I feel like my own addiction has gotten to this kind now. I just need to tackle it. But that will be it for today. I hope this video to some extent will help most beginner out there, and if it does, don't forget to like and also subscribe for more videos like this one. So until next time, I will catch you guys, and stay safe. Bye, peace.